Watch Logan's route running ability right here. He gets to the top of his break, plants his foot in the ground like he's running the corner, makes the safety fall, and then the rest is history as he's going to take it all the way for six, man. That is how to run a route. Right here, man. He comes in motion. He's essentially triple teamed right here. And he's going to walk in on a post for a touchdown. I mean, that's crazy route running ability. So then people are like, "Hey, let's bump him at 5." This kid whiffs, can't get a hand on him. I mean, Logan is so special. And this next clip, man, we're gonna watch it twice because it's so nice. Oh my goodness, how do you stop that right there? Okay, let's watch this in slow mo. Double move. Watch the corner throw his hands up like, bro, what am I supposed to do? And this last clip does all the talking for me. So check it out. Like I said, guys, on the show today is a kid who I think is really special. You know, he was popping on film. He's that modern day slot receiver. Guys, welcome Logan Loya. Logan, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I can't complain with everything that's going on. I don't have COVID-19, so not too bad.
Good. Good.
First things first, man. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yep. So obviously I'm from California, Southern Cali kid. Um, Raised by both my parents. I would say they raised me right, uh, and they really taught me sports. Kind of every sport, not just one sport. Just kind of put me in a little bit of everything and taught me what they knew. So.
No, I like that. What other sports have you played like throughout your little kid, high school?
Uh, so I did it before high school, and normally I would just do the main three: soccer, football, and basketball. I did baseball a little bit, but it just wasn't for me. So I kind of focused on those three, kind of growing up.
That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty fun. And I was telling you a little bit off the air, man. One of the reasons I wanted to have you on, like I was really excited to get you, is so I had Beaux Collins on the show, one of your teammates at St. John Bosco, and I'm watching your guys's tape and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, this kid, this 17's popping. Like, who is like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew your name, but like I didn't like put it together. And I'm like this kid keeps showing up, man. Keeps putting the ball in the end zone, keeps making crazy snags. So yeah, man, like, that's always crazy when you're watching film for somebody else and somebody else pops on that film. And that's completely to your talent. That speaks volumes to me. When we're talking about St. John Bosco, man, that 2019 team is one of the most loaded teams I've ever seen in high school ball. I mean, it is crazy. Like, I've when I was in high school, I played against Terrell Pryor, and that team was good. They won a state championship and whatnot. But I mean, they had two NFL kids. Jordan Hall, their tailback, had a cup of coffee in the NFL. You guys are probably gonna have like 4, 5, 6 guys in the NFL. Like, that's how loaded that team is. So many D1 guys, man. What was it like to be a part of that team?
It was super cool. I was only there for a year, but it was super cool just to have that experience with them on a team where literally everyone is basically a top dude, basically, and really just every day you're getting better from playing in practice, except like other than the games. Like normally you're playing the harder dudes in practice than the games, so
That's
it's pretty
crazy.
crazy. But everyone's getting better every day, so it's awesome.
And it's exactly that, man. Of when you're playing against top tier talent and your guys' competition, some of your rivals are again, high level D1 guys. And that's the best way to learn, man. Like, you don't get better by beating up on the practice squad. You get better by playing top tier guys. And the corner standing across you are D1 guys as well. But man, if I'm DJ, I love it, man. I'm dropping back and I'm like, there's a D1 guy, there's a D1 guy, there's a D1 guy. Like, what I mean? He's basically playing college ball in high school because he has so much talent around him. And that's just awesome. That team was really cool to see. With that much talent, is it cool because there's so much hype around you guys? You get a lot of scouts coming, whether it's for you or Bo or DJ or, all the other numerous talented players, or is it kind of hard to stand out?
Um, I look at it in a positive way, as a cool way, because you're with all these top dudes, and then if you work hard and stuff, and you stand out, that just makes you look even better. You stand out over these top dudes, like wow, you must be, wow, you're somebody. That's how I look at it. I love to compete, love the competition. So I love being there with all the dudes.
I love that, man. I love that answer. So, do you know what your ranking is on 24/7?
Uh, I do not, but I know it's not high. So
So, I'm going to get on my soapbox real quick, people. So, just listen up, okay? So, your ranking is 329, okay, in the nation. That's not, dude, to be just outside the top 300, that's no easy feat. So, let me talk about some other slot receivers. Cole Beasley was ranked 1800. Randall Cobb, 852. Danny Amendola, 632. Cooper Kupp, not rated. Adam Thielen, not rated. When are we going to stop hating on the slot receiver, man? I get it. You're not prototypical 6'4", 220 pounds like your Cortland Sutton. But here's the thing, man. Look at Julian Edelman. How many rings he's got? Danny Amendola, 2-time Super Bowl champ. Like, these guys are making a living in the NFL. Can we stop underrating these guys, man? How look at what Cooper Kupp's doing in LA. Look what Adam Thielen's doing, man. They're doing their thing because they know the game. They can run routes. I'm telling you, man. Jump on the bandwagon of Logan right now because he's got it. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that because you're here, man. I've been saying this ever since I watched your film, man. You got it, and I fully expect you to be there on Sundays, man. I really do mean that. UCLA got a good player, man.
Thank you, sir.
That is no problem at all. And which kind of brings me to that point. You're a UCLA guy. Why did you ultimately choose UCLA?
It was really just a great fit for myself. Looking at it, it had the total package: the school, area, the football, the people. I mean, you just can't get better. The weather. I mean, you can't get better than that.
I was telling you, I'm a Pittsburgh guy. Weather's a little bit nicer over on the West Coast than it is over here.
A little bit.
Was there any other schools that really stood out to you that you were like, it's kind of between UCLA and this school?
Yeah, so I was looking at Vanderbilt. That was a top school, and then like Oregon, I was looking at them as well.
Okay. Now, did you want to stay on the West Coast though?
I didn't know at first if I wanted to. I kind of didn't have a problem. So looking around, then I kind of realized, yeah, I think I might want to stay a little closer to home, somewhere on the West Coast.
Yeah, and it's just always nice, you know what I mean? Like, your parents or your family can travel to the games and whatnot. So I definitely get that. Are there any concerns amongst the team or the coaches right now that you're hearing about COVID-19?
There's always that possibility, but I mean, we're still out there training every day and working. Like, there's going to be a season, so we're just hoping for the best that there will be.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a high school coach, and it's the same thing, man. It would just stink, man. You don't get a freshman year, if this thing gets canceled, and you talk about some, Beau's going into his senior year, and wouldn't get to finish his senior year if this football season gets canceled. So I'm really hoping for the best, and you're 100% right, man. All you can do is go out there and take care of you and your team, train, and just hope for the best. But I was just kind of curious what the kind of chatter is over there, because California's been hit pretty hard right now with an uptick.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Hoping for the best.
Like, it's a day by day thing, that's what they've been saying. So
yeah, you're 100%, man. And what was it? I think it was 3 weeks ago. Clemson, 23 players got diagnosed with it, and it's just man, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
So for people who have never seen you play, who's a wide receiver you think you play like?
I don't know. I try to learn from everyone, not just one player, so that I can have kind of the skills everyone has and be able to put that on the table. So I've watched everyone's film. I'll watch Adam Thielen. I'll watch Julian Edelman. I'll watch Stephon Diggs. I'll watch OBJ because, I mean, at the end of the day, OBJ is literally one of the top dudes there. I mean, the list can go on. I got a bunch of receivers.
But is there a guy specifically your play style? It doesn't necessarily mean you watch a ton of their tape, or you could watch their tape, but is there a guy that you think – if you wanted to see how I play the game, this player kind of is I resemble, because I have a guy.
I would say Edelman or Danny Amendola. Some people are saying Hunter Renfrow because DJ is going to Clemson, so something like that.
That's funny because my guy is Danny Amendola, but Danny Amendola, it's just very, very similar. You can line up on the outside. You don't have to be, just a slot guy. But it's that kind of just knows the game, get in and out of your breaks. There's a play in your film that I love is you're running a post and you plant your foot in the ground like you're running a corner. And it's a safety. It's not like there's man coverage. It's a safety. And you literally make him do a split. Like the kid just wipes out. And I'm like, that's just route running, man. And which kind of brings me to my thing is, for my team personally, I have a lot of young wide receivers. And, yesterday I'm doing some extra work with them before practice, trying to get them to understand the subtleties of, running routes. It's nice if you are 6'4". It's nice if you run a 4.3, but I don't think those are the things that separate. Julian Edelman's not that fast. He's not that big, but he's a great receiver. So what are some of the subtleties you would tell to a receiver of, how to become great, how to up your game?
I would say you got to be one of the smartest on the field. You got to understand the game. You got to understand what your opponent across from you is trying to do, where he's going to step when you take a step. If you attack this leverage, what is he going to do? You can't just plan for yourself. You got to plan for what he's about to do and have a plan which way to go.
Dude, I'm saying, like I was saying this word for word, same stuff yesterday to the kids, just trying to get them, man. If I'm going in, I'm running a slant, try to flip his hips out, and then he's toast. It doesn't matter if you run a 4.3, if you run a 5. If his hips are flipped to the, sidelines and I run a slant, it's over. It's a wrap. And it's those kind of things it's like a chess match, man. Playing receiver, you're just a slight step below to the quarterback as far as how smart you have to be. Because if you and the quarterback aren't seeing the same things, you know what I mean, then you're in trouble, man. It's all about that rapport. And it's all about being intelligent out on the field. So I could not agree more. What is something you think you do best?
I would say I'm one of the smartest on the field. I really understand the game. I understand the concepts. I understand what's going on. I understand the time or what we need to do. I would say, I guess, my awareness just of the game overall.
Now, do you watch a lot of football?
I do, yeah.
Do you find, because like I find this as coaching, like when I was a little kid, I started playing tackle football at 8 years old, which is the earliest we could play. And I remember stepping on the field and I'm like, I know every position. I know the Steelers' entire starting lineup. And like today, most of my team, they don't watch football. I'll be like, hey, who's your favorite team? They're like, I play football. I don't really watch football. And like, do you find that a lot, like with your teammates? Do a lot of them watch football?
I would say a lot of them watch football. I mean, if you want to play a sport, you got to love it. You got to love it so much that you got to watch it.
I'm with you 100% because, how often do you watch a game on a Sunday or a Saturday and you see what somebody does and you're like, oh, I can add that. I can do that. Like I can add that. That's a good move. And if you don't watch the game, man, it's really tough. Football comes a little bit more natural to me, but basketball is something where it's like, I'm not a bad basketball player, but a lot of it was watching it. And like Kobe was my guy. So I'd watch a Lakers game and the next, morning I'd wake up and I'd go out there and try to work with that jab step, that triple threat, that Kobe post up. And it's that kind of stuff where it was just like, I watched it, I worked on it, I'd watch it again, I'd work on it again. And that's the only way to become great, man. You got to watch the game. You got to love the game.
100%.
No, absolutely. And what are some important drills you would recommend to receivers around the world of, how you became so talented?
Releases are important. Your hands, I'm not talking about catching. I'm talking about just releasing with your hands. Your hands are a weapon, and restacking. That's a lot of guys. When I watch them, they go really wide on their releases, and that creates opportunity for the DB to catch up without doing anything. So if you stay tight and stack and use your hands and your arms, you can get by the DB. And then also catching. I mean, if you can't catch, you're not being a receiver. But also as a receiver, if you can't run, you're not a receiver at all. So
no, I agree, man. We were working on the diamond release yesterday, just trying to get them to it's all about like turning those shoulders, 45-degree angle, sell it. Any route you run, you're trying to get him to think you're running a different route. And again, that goes into the intelligence of it, of going, man, if I do this, if I mess with my strides a little bit, if I lengthen them up, or if I start chopping them, they're going to think I'm going to break down. And it's those small things that, like you said, they're easy to work on. As far as releases, you can work on that by yourself, just your footwork. And then you get a buddy and then he presses you and, you can work, man. You can always do more. And I love it, man. And that shows why you're such a great player, because you're willing to put in that work. So before we go to rapid fire, I have two more things for you. is can you give me a bold statement about your post-high school career?
Post high school career.
Yeah, so like your UCLA career or anything like that?
Um, want to be one of the best to ever do it at UCLA or Pac-12. Just be the best.
I like it, man. I like it. And then do you have a message for not even just young athletes, but for just, young people at home? What would you recommend to them?
For football dudes, learn your playbook.
Oh, I like it.
Learn the playbook. If you know for offensive guys, if you know for receivers, if you know every spot, you can be put in at any time. Guys who only learn one spot, they can only go there. They can't be moved around. I like playing both outside and inside, so I learned the whole offense and the whole concept so that I can be put anywhere and play at any time.
And I like a word you use there, the concept, because if I only know my position, like let's say you only know, the Z wide receiver position, then you don't know what the X and the Y are doing. And it makes it, if you know what they're doing, you can run your route a little bit better off of what they're doing. So it's the concepts, man. I love it. Great answer. So let's get to some rapid fire questions. Okay. First one, what did you want to be as a kid when you grew up?
Professional football player.
All right, cool. Favorite NFL player of all time?
Say it again.
Favorite NFL player of all time?
Man, it's so hard because there's so many. Let me say Jerry Rice because everyone said how he's so slow, but he's one of the best ever.
Yeah, he was so slow when he was scoring like 200 touchdowns in his career. What is your least favorite sport?
Probably baseball.
Okay. Do you have any hidden talents?
A lot of people don't know that I sing.
Oh, really?
I was in choir at high school.
Okay, I like it. What is your favorite sports movie?
Sports movie, man. Remember the Titans it's all time great.
Yeah, it's a classic. You ever seen Any Given Sunday?
I have not.
Ooh, it's a good one, man. It's a good one. You gotta check it out. All right, I put Bo on the spot with this one. In order, 3 best wide receivers of all time.
Jerry Rice, Calvin, and then let's go with the current one. I'll go DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay. Dude, Bo did this. He didn't have Jerry Rice in his top 3.
Who do you have?
He had Calvin. He had Michael Irving. Oh man, I can't remember who the other one. Randy Moss.
Julio's got to be questioned there too.
I agree, man. I think if I went with my top 3, I'd go from 1 to 3. I'd go Rice at 1, Moss at 2, and number 3, I would go. I think he's underrated, man. Is Larry Fitzgerald?
Yep.
He's a guy who the dude's like, I feel like he's like 55 now, and he's still out there producing.
100%.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, where would you go?
Private Island.
Oh, that's a good one. Hopefully the zombies can't swim.
Yep, I don't have one, but I'm gonna find one.
Favorite TV show?
I wasn't really a TV guy growing up, but I would say like America's Got Talent or like something like that.
Okay. Favorite type of music?
R&B.
R&B. Do you have a favorite artist?
No, too many.
Too many? Okay. What is your least favorite food that everybody else likes?
Hot dogs.
Oh, that's an interesting one. So, like, you're not a big grilling out, eating hot dog kind of guy?
Nope, straight burgers. That's all.
That segues perfectly. Where is the best place to get a burger?
It's hard to beat In-N-Out.
I've never had an In-N-Out burger, man. I was out in Vegas for my buddy's wedding last year, and I wanted to get one. I just couldn't.
Yep, you gotta try it. I'll end with In-N-Out, yeah.
All right. And then what do you like to get on your burger? So if you're making burgers at home, at a barbecue or whatever, what do you like to put on your burgers?
Kind of everything. Lettuce, tomato, pickles, Thousand Island sauce, grilled onion. I'm basically naming the In-N-Out burger. So,
all right. I like it. And then last one, we'll get you out on this one. Who is your celebrity crush?
Man, celebrity crush. I don't even know because I don't really look like that. I'm not really like in the world like that. Or yeah, I don't know.
You're not trying to slide up in anyone's DMs when you go big time.
Let's go Tori Kelly. I'll go that. Yeah.
Okay. Nah, man. I appreciate you coming on. I had a lot of fun. I think this was very informative. I'm definitely gonna have some of my guys watch this. As far as my wide receivers, just to talk so they can hear what it takes to become great, man. This didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because you were blessed with, a 6'4" frame. It happened from just putting in, the blood, sweat, and tears and just working your tail off. We're rooting for you. UCLA is going to blow up, man. And again, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Thank you, sir.
No problem at all. And guys, if you like this episode, click like and make sure you smash that subscribe button. All right, guys, until next time.